that guitar, don't you? Sweet. Well, it is Football Friday in the Doghouse. It's also Super Bowl weekend. You have to be living under a rock to not know that. And that means it's the end of the Grand Trifecta 2 for the season. So this is it. It all comes to a head today with this final Grand Trifecta this weekend. Our Grand Trifecta winner receiving a night in the TOC Ice Suite at a Huntsville Havoc game coming up in March. I'm throwing in dinner before the game at Corjaleja Mexican Restaurant, the finest Mexican restaurant in the Tennessee Valley. And I'm also now adding a pair of tickets to the AEW Double Dip show at the VBC on February 28th to that mix. So we'll add that to the Grand Trifecta prize package. The AEW recording of their shows coming up at the VBC February 28th. So that goes into that for the winner of this week's for the winner of this week's Superfecta. Right, just for this week's Superfecta. They're also going to pick up a pair of tickets to the AEW show and some chow. All right, I'm going to give you your choice of chow because we got choices. So I'll give you a choice. If you're a Mexican food fan, you get the Corjaleos. If you want a burger, we'll send you the Bad Boy Burgers or Cheeseburger Bobbies. It's your choice. It's your choice. All right, we got other food in there as well. So we'll hook you up with the chow based on how whatever it is that you want, and a pair of tickets to the AEW show. So now you got a great prize pack for the Superfecta alone as a standalone deal. So everybody, there's no reason for everybody not to get in this thing. All right, that's a standalone prize package for the Superfecta, and we also have everybody has a chance to win the Grand Trifecta, and I'll explain that in a moment, because now, as is always the case with the SEC championship game and the Super Bowl, if you nail the score of the game, regardless of your point total, you may have 0 points on the board. If you nail the score of the game, you're an instant winner. You are an instant winner of the Grand Trifecta. Now, if by chance we have multiple people nail the score, and we're kind of honing in on the score on this thing. We'll see. But if we were to have multiple people nail the score, then it will revert to your point total. So if a dude nails the score and he's got 3 points, and another dude nails the score, he's got no points, the dude with the 3 points would win the Grand Trifecta, if you know what I'm saying. And if we get 2 people that are tied in points and nail the score, well, then it's going to come down to a drawing. Or maybe we'll use the Daytona 500 to break the tie. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll jump off of that. It's never happened. 22 years of the Friday Trifecta. That has not. We have had people nail. We had a guy nail the score. JJ Bowling JJ nailed the score here just for the SEC championship game. So it has happened. It has happened before. Okay, so for the Superfecta, we have 4 selections for you. All right, we've got 4 selections for you. And scoring is on the 2, 4, 6, 8 method. You get 2 points for every pick you get right. You could get 2, 4, 6, or 8. Who do we appreciate points? There are 17 people that are within 8 points of the leader, who is Jay in Athens, who has 13 points. 17 people. So you guys can get him if he stumbles. You can get him. But nail the score and you win. And don't forget again, this week's winner gets tickets to the AEW Wrestling Show on February 28th at the BBC. And I'm not going with hokey ones here. We'll have some fun later on with hokey ones, but this is legit now. Got some game props in there, but these are legit. Legit. All right, let's get you going on your picks. Brock Purdy's over-under passing yards in the game is 247. Patrick Mahomes' over-under passing yards is 260. So we go with Purdy.
Who is this guy?
Plus 13.5 against Mahomes.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ,
Has its perks.
Passing yards only. This is passing yards only. Passing yards only. Deebo Samuel, his over-under is 4.5 catches in the game. Travis Kelce's over-under is 6.5 catches in the game. So we're going to go Deebo Samuel.
Highlight reel. Touchdown.
Plus 2.5 against Travis Kelce. Had to do it. Had to do it. Player's going to play. Had to do it. And then for the game itself, all right, for the game itself, screw the line. The line's going to come down to 1.5. Forget the line. Forget the points. Pick me a winner. Give me the winner. If your total, your winner is good for 2 points, and if your total is over or under the 47.5, that's good for 2 points. So all you have to do is give me the final score of the game between the Chiefs.
How about those Chiefs?
And the 49ers.
Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot.
All right, that's all you got to do. Just give me the score. I'll figure out whether or not, because there's no point, no line. Just pick the winner. Just pick the winner. That's all I want to hear from you. The winner. Okay? And the score. So just give me a score. That's all you got to do. Just give me your score. I'll figure out whether or not you went over or under, and I'll figure out, who won based on, your score. And if you could do me one solid, if you could just do me one little solid, give me the Chiefs score first. If you can give me a solid on that. If not, we'll get it in there right. We'll get it in there right. I have left you all but 15 minutes of the show to get in today. All but 15 minutes is yours. The only way to get in is by calling in or hitting the text window. So you can jump on the line right now between the two legends that always come in first on a Friday, Natty Danny and Paulina Cape. Got plenty of lines open for you. I think Grizz told me one time we could take, 6, 7 calls at once. Not that he wants that to happen. 8, 10, 15. Not that he wants that. I'm just saying. So jump on the lines, 256-576-4977. Or you could text the show, 732-9TA-SHOW, 732-982-7469. My X feed is at Thom Abraham Show. You can see the pics there if you missed them. Station's feed is at 97.7. You can see them there if you missed them. Facebook is at 97.7 ESPN. I think they got posted there as well. And you'll find a link there to WZZN TV. And 977ESPN.com has links to all of that. And while you're at it, get the app where you can find a link to our alternate streaming channels for more great programming. There's like 4 more channels there. So get the app. And like tomorrow, you'll need the app tomorrow. Tomorrow, like on the air, we'll have Alabama and LSU. What time is that game? 11 o'clock in the morning? Is that game at 11 in the morning? Eastern time? Wow. 11, so 10 o'clock pregame for that deal. Tomorrow we'll have UAH and Mississippi College as well. We'll have the Havoc on Zone 5 at night. Apparently we have an NBA game tomorrow as well. Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors. So we got NBA on Super Bowl Sunday as well with the Celtics and the Heat. We got Alabama and LSU before the Super Bowl. We've got Alabama and LSU women's basketball. That'll be over before the Super Bowl. All right, but you want to have all of that stuff to get in. At the top of the one, Lee Sterling from Paramount Sports is in with some prop thoughts and a pick on the game as well. And I don't want to go all Kirk Herbstreit and influence the selections in any way here. Dumb story that was. But I have said I am on the Chiefs and under. I'll root for the 49ers. Unless I actually put jingling on it, then I'll root for the Chiefs. But I'm on Chiefs and under. I believe my score is 24-17. I keep having to ask Chris because in my head I keep saying 21-17. But then I think I went 24-17. Is it 24-17, Grizz, or 21-17? 24? I think it's 24-17. I think that was where I was at on that. In either event, it's Chiefs and under. But since it is my job to provide information to you, the fine listeners of this show, let me just say this. Patrick Mahomes is 9-0-1 against the spread in his career as an underdog, and they are an underdog. 1.5, 2-point underdog, even though we're not using the line. Patrick Mahomes is 3-0 straight up in his career as an underdog in the playoffs. He's never lost a playoff game as an underdog. And get this, he has now played the equivalent of a full season of playoff games. He has played 17 playoff games, a full season against only the good teams. No cupcakes in here. This is only against playoff teams, only in the playoffs, the biggest and the best. In those 17 games, he's 14-3 with 4,805 yards passing, 39 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. And get this. None of these quarterbacks have ever hit all of those marks in any 17-start span in their careers, regular season or playoffs. Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Matthew Stafford, Steve Young, Brett Favre, John Elway, Jim Kelly, Troy Aikman, Warren Moon, Johnny Unitas. Never in any 17 games have they ever had these numbers that Patrick Mahomes has had just in the playoffs. The dude is literally the anti-Lamar Jackson in that all his numbers are better in the postseason than they are in the regular season. He has more TDs. He has less interceptions. He has more yards per game. He has a higher completion percentage. Goes from 66 to 67% in the playoffs. He has a higher winning percentage. Goes from 771 to 824 in the playoffs. Now, all of that can mean two things. One, he's going to win. Right? You can look at that, all this data that I just gave you, you can say, well, that means he's going to win. Or you could say he's due for a bad one. He's due for a dud. The odds are against him. There's no way you can keep doing that, right? It's got to balance. So I gave you the information. By the way, speaking of Lamar Jackson, he won his second MVP last night by a landslide. 49 of the 50 first-place votes. Now he is the youngest quarterback to have multiple MVPs. And then there's this. All of the other guys who have multiple MVPs had won a Super Bowl by the time they got their second MVP. This guy is 2-4 in the playoffs. 2-4 in the playoffs. He is the only multi-MVP guy with a losing playoff record. I do not see why that is a regular season only award. I mean, it seems meaningless without the playoffs. Look, it's not like, well, in the playoffs, you only have half the teams. The guys that are in the playoffs are all the contenders for the MVP. It's not like guys who are not in the playoffs are contenders for the MVP. I had a list of how that thing went in their myriad of notes that I have. But every single guy that got a vote was a playoff team guy. Why is that a regular season thing? That should be all the way through. I mean, it sounds stupid when you factor, don't you have to factor in the playoff? Look, Kevin Stefanski, God love him, he edged out D'Amico Ryans by 1 vote for Coach of the Year. Is that the result that you think we would have gotten if you had factored in Houston's blowout of Cleveland in the playoffs? They literally tied at 165 points, and Stefanski is the Coach of the Year because he got 21 first-place votes, and D'Amico Ryans got 20 first-place votes. Do you think that after Houston dismantled Cleveland in the playoffs, do you think that maybe a couple of people who were thinking about voting for Stefanski would vote for D'Amico Ryans? I know I said it sitting on my couch there. I said this game is going to should decide who the coach of the year is, except for it's already been decided for the regular season. All right, over there in the little glass room with the slanted ceiling, playing the platters that matter to Stacks of Wax, answer the phones on a Friday, man. It's tough. I mean, he gets worn out on a Friday with these phones, but he's living large.
Who in the blue hell are you?
I'm the producer of the show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put the thing together on a polish.
Brilliant! I've got $100 smoking in my billfold. I know I ought to save it, but it's burning a hole right through my pocket and into my skin. Come Monday morning, I'll be broke again. It's finally Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good time roll.
Down goes Grissom.
Someone call someone because there's a cleanup on aisle 3 as a man is down.
It's like taking poison, like rat poison.
It's not St. Patty's Day, so that's a different day entirely.
Yeah. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing today? You doing all right?
I'm stoked. Now, what do you got going on? So Sunday, what does a Super Bowl Sunday for the Grizz look like?
Finding somewhere to watch it, more than likely. Yeah, I'll probably find somewhere to relax and watch it. Maybe go over to my parents'
with
house.
Family, or
yeah, probably go over to my parents' house and watch it with my little brother or something. Or if he's not working.
Are you against watching it at home?
No, not at all.
Okay,
no.
All right.
I think it's better just to hang out with family or hang out with whatever. By yourself, watch the game, enjoy the afternoon.
I find that when I watch it with people,
yeah,
that I don't really get to follow it as well because there's all kinds of distraction and things going on and so on. Now, I have watched it with my sons and been all right. Up until about 4 or 5 years ago, I went through a stretch of 20 years, probably 15 years or so. Probably 15 years, I went through a stretch where I was hosting a Super Bowl party at Baumhauer's or at a restaurant in Florida or at a restaurant in Nashville. I mean, it was just, I was always hosting a Super Bowl party. And I can remember very little of those Super Bowls because I was hosting a Super Bowl party. It was on the air. Then the game happened, and I'm walking around glad-hatting and talking to people and everything. And the last thing I was able to do was follow the game at all. And I had to watch like a recording of the game to know what the hell happened in the game. Now, the last 4 or 5 years, we haven't had Super Bowl parties, so I've watched it with my sons or some portion of my sons. Like, my son Joe has one of those big theater things, which that's where we watched it last year. Yeah, we had it at his house last year, and he's got the big theater thing. The problem is he's got 4 sons, a stepson. No, he's got 4 sons. He's got 3 sons and a stepson, so he's got 4 sons and a daughter, and it's a zoo. It's a friggin' zoo over there. So I'm like,
play outside while you're watching the game.
He's like, hey, you want to come over and watch the game? I'm like, hey, maybe not. And then we'll see. One of my other sons might come over. I am totally fine in my own Barca Lounger, chilled, sitting back, watching it. Junkyard Babe in the corner on the couch, crocheting. I'm totally fine. And if I'm home watching it, second half I'll watch in bed. I'll sit up in bed and watch in bed while she crochets the second half of the Super Bowl. That's what I would do.
And then I'm gonna watch. Point.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. And that second, and then after the Super Bowl is a show that I'm very interested in that Justin Hartley's going to star in, where he finds people that are lost. So I forget what the name of the show is.
Oh, no, wait, that's already happened once.
That's already happened. It's a different show. Tracker. That's what it's called.
Oh,
Tracker. He tracks down people.
I think I've seen some commercials.
You've been previewing it for like 3 months, and I'm looking forward to that show Tracker. So if I can get to Junkyard Bay to stay awake for it, and then then we'll watch that thing. So that's the way that'll work. All right, let's get a break in here and come back and start banging the calls. We got them lined up 3 or 4 deep here, and so we'll get after that next right here. It's the Thom Abraham Show. It's Football Friday on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
It's time to go fly a kite.
Let's go fly a kite.
Array of Hope is hosting the 12th Annual Community Kite Festival on Saturday, March 2nd from 11 to 3 at John Hunt Park. This free event brings harmony across all ethnic and social backgrounds through kite flying and family-friendly activities. You can bring your own kite or purchase one at the event. Saturday, March 2nd in John Hunt Park. Learn more at ashakaranonline.org.
From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopé. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
It's official. 47 years in a row, Ford F-150 is the best-selling truck in America. Come drive one and you'll see why. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to kickstart the new year in a brand new F-150. Choose from nearly 200 F-150s, and we think you'll find just the right one. Right now, we have financing as low as 2.9% for up to 72 months on 2023 F-150s, and lease payments as low as $389 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $6,282 due at signing, zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. Offer ends February 28th. Call 539-9441 for complete details. At Woody Anderson Ford, we have nearly 50 2023 Explorers for you to choose from, too, with financing as low as 0.9% for up to 60 months. Plus, check out our over 40 24 Bronco Sports and a fresh truckload of the full-size Broncos that have just hit the ground. Come on over and let's get the new year rolling. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Hello, Alabama sports fans. Did you know that it's illegal to place a sports bet on the big game in our state? Right now, you can place a legal wager in 38 states, including Tennessee, Florida, and Mississippi. But Alabama fans are missing out. Only you can help make a change. Call your legislator now and tell them you want the right to vote to allow sports betting in Alabama. Contact your legislator today by visiting sportsbettingalliance.org. Paid for by Sports Betting Alliance. sportsbettingalliance.org.
Cheeseburger Bobby's has a great new way to feed the family with 2 $30 family packs. The first is the Tenders Family Meal. 20 delicious chicken tenders, fries, and a gallon of tea. The second is 4 cheeseburgers, fries, and a gallon of tea. Your choice, just $30 each. These specials are good for carryout and online orders only. Log on to cheeseburgerbobbies.com to order. And to save even more, take advantage of this week's Zone Deal. $50 worth of Cheeseburger Bobbies for just $25. Get your Zone Deal now at 977ESPN.com.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Free air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 juicy boneless pork chops with your order. omahasteaks.com/VSiN.
Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
4 teams are left in the NFL playoffs, all vying for Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. The AFC Championship game features the Baltimore Ravens against the
online at 97.7ESPN.com.
Stream them online.
Call in.
It's an important job, and it's an vital organization.
Tweet in and join in. We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Football is a rough game and often a cruel one.
Every time you lose, you die a little bit. You die inside, a portion of you. Not all of your organs, maybe just your liver.
Pain is inevitable.
They're killing me, Whitey. They're killing me.
There was only the painful face of failure.
Okay, fellas? Hey, fellas, this is what you work all off season for. This is why you lift all them weights. This is why you do all that.
There was a fighting heart under the ribs of defeat.
Never give up, baby. Never give up.
Abraham. Welcome back. Tom Abraham Show. This segment of the show is brought to you by Zone Deals. By the way, there was a little snafu this morning when Cheeseburger Bobby's went live this morning. So you might have gotten an email. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't get a text. I don't know. But it was there was a little snafu, and it ended up not going live for about 45 minutes after when it normally goes live. Those deals go live at about 8 o'clock in the morning, and this one didn't go until about 8:45. So what's happened is, and this never happens, what's happened is that we now have 24 Cheeseburger Bobbies left at Zone Deals. And you can snag one of those right now. You get $50 at Cheeseburger Bobbies for $25. They're usually always gone by the time we get on here. I never get a chance to promote these things. But because of that snafu this morning, this is your chance to go to wzzn.halfoffdeal.com. wzzn.halfoffdeal.com. Or the link should be at the Facebook page. I would imagine is on our, I haven't looked, but I imagine that the links are there on the Twitter and on the Facebook page and whatnot. It should be on all our social. If it's not, we're going to take the social guy and smack him in the head. It should be up there on the social. And you can take advantage of these deals today and get this one done. Get it now. I mean, it won't last a day, but it's lasted till now because of the little snafu that we had this morning. All right, phone lines are open, 256-576-4977. We have for you the superfecta. And who better to start it off than the one and only Natty Danny. Natty Danny, welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, from what your commercial before you got on the air, there's 4 teams still left.
There's 20... Oh, yeah, 14. Yeah, the VSiN thing. Yeah, we're trying to figure out that. Sometimes these people that send us this stuff make a mistake in what they record. So, yeah, you got excited there. You thought the Lions still had a shot. You're like, oh, the Lions still got a shot. But, yeah, they must have.
You know who didn't have a shot? I might have got excited because you're right. I had a shot because it was 4 teams. Paulie, you didn't have a shot. Anyway, I'm sure that juiced him up. He'd be all ready to roll when he gets to me. Hey, a couple things real quick. Knock them off. Just did a little project for the wife. She's happy as could be. Number 2, I made some meatballs this morning, Tom. I put regular sausage patties along with my ground beef. They're delicious.
Sausage patties and so you mix sausage and ground beef in.
Yes, sir. Delicious, delicious. Now, with that said, I think we do trifecta. I'm going to go too long here because it gets mad. So let's get it out of the way.
It's a big day for callers, that's for sure. All right, so Brock Purdy gets 13.5 yards against Patrick Mahomes.
Total passing and running, right?
No, just passing. Passing only. Purdy plus 13.5, passing only.
I'll lay the 13.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
Where we got these numbers from is like Mahomes, the over-under for Mahomes in this game is 260, and the over-under for Purdy is 247. So we went 13, so it's 13.5. All right, so the over-under for catches. All right, over-under for catches, Deebo Samuel plus 2.5 versus Travis Kelce.
Kelce, come on, Kelce.
Dan, give me the score of the game.
Girl.
Give me the score of the game.
Score of the game. Let's just go. How about? Well, everybody's gonna. Let's just go 27-24 KC.
27-24.
How about those Chiefs?
All right, we got you. What are you doing for the Super Bowl? What do you got? You got to eat those meatballs, probably, right?
No. I'm actually going to hang out with the grandbaby. We got her for a whole week, so we're going to do a little Super Bowl, just us 3. Oh, and by the way, Tom, the numbers are wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Numbers are wonderful. I love 0-0, Tom. That's all I got to say. You know what that means? Ching, even before the game starts, baby. See you later.
How's he talking about, Chris? Do you know? 0-0. Cha-ching before the game starts. Oh, because
maybe
he got paid already?
Maybe he's got squares or something.
Squares?
Yeah, I think that's what he
Oh, maybe it's squares. He got 0-0 on the squares. That's a tough number to have.
By the way, that other VSiN that we got, too, we just need to make sure we just we check it ahead of time. That other VSiN was also talking about UAB basketball on the road at Charlotte, and that was back in January 23rd.
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of UAB, they played last night. Yeah. They won.
Okay.
So.
Well, sometimes the people who are the producers of that stuff,
they make mistakes. They definitely make mistakes.
The message is for our people to take a listen before you put it on the air. I mean, it's just another thing to have to check. You can't rely on anything these days. You know what you can rely on? You can rely on Paulie and the Cape getting in on Football Friday. Paulie, welcome in. How are you?
Good morning, Tom. How you doing? Yeah, he's in a pool where it's anytime scoring, so the first score is 0-0. He lucked out, and hopefully it's a $50 square he just got.
Oh, is that what he... If it's any time scoring, so the game starts 0-0, so if you have 0-0, you cash right off the bat.
And if you even get more people involved, is where anybody who touches that square gets $25, depending on the square.
Right.
So the 4 people around, unless you really get a hose, and it's the corner one, and only 2 people get paid on it.
Yeah.
So,
Good
that's
stuff.
a cool pool. Because everybody gets a chance to win some money. That makes it more, when you're paying a $50 or a $100 square. Get $25.
Remember, Mike from Mini used to do his $50 squares, and he did text everybody know. I haven't heard from him in a while. Hopefully, he's still around. He's up there
and
a little bit.
Everybody in Radio Land, I had it locked until that guy comes out of nowhere, doesn't listen to the show for months. And he gets in and he picks the right score, and I lose.
Nailed the score.
He nailed the bleep score.
Yeah, well, now you get the target. You're one of the guys I think have enough. I think you could make it on points. I think you were one of the guys that had enough points. I might be making that up, though.
No.
Yeah, you do. You have 7. No, I mean in this one. So you got 7 points right now. So if you hit it all, you get 15. And if you hit it all, let's see, 8 and 7 would be let's say 7 to 15. So yeah, you would be you have a chance. Yeah, the bottom line is you have a chance, but you got to get these right. Brock Purdy plus 13.5 yards against Mahomes.
I'll take Purdy.
Who is this guy?
Deebo Samuel plus 2.5 catches against Travis Kelce. Samuel over under is 4.5. Kelce over and under is 6.5. So we made the line 2.5. Deebo plus 2.5.
It's a tough one, but think about this angle. I'm going to take Deebo only because of the pass interference that negates they throw it to Kelce and he gets pass interfered by the linebacker.
Yeah,
right? He gets the first down, but they don't. That attempt is gone. So I'm thinking. I'm going to have to go with Deebo Samuel.
Highlight reel, touchdown.
Give me the score of the game.
31-27 for KC, 31 for San Francisco. And the reason being, everybody look at the info. They've lost the defensive end that has 12 sacks, I believe, 10 to 12 sacks recorded for the year, and the third leading in sacks yard loss. He's gone. The second guy behind him is gone. Let's look at this. I understand. I'm with you with the stat on Mahomes. He's been money. But this time around, you're going to see McCaffrey, screens, dumps. Yeah.
Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot.
All right, Paulie, we got you, and good luck with this.
Everybody in Radio Land, go to TeamRankings.com. Look at the stats that he represents for Kansas City as far as their defensive pass rush to get to the quarterback. And what's that quarterback, Mr. Revlin? He could run just like the Magic Man. He can run around.
He can run around. He made great plays. Against the Lions, he had some great runs.
What is Kittle in rankings? Third, fifth in the NFL as tight end behind Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
He's right there too.
Yep.
Watch it.
All right. Look, I tried. Thanks for the call, Paulie. I tried not to influence you guys. I'm just giving you numbers. I get all of those numbers. I'm having a hard time getting away from Patrick Mahomes being 9-0-1 against the spread in his career as a dog. I'm having a hard time getting past that. Okay? 3-0 as a underdog in the playoffs. Having a hard time getting past that. All right. Good point, though. All right, back to the lines we go with Crimson Carl is up next. Crimson Carl, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm okay. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my sister who passed away today at 2:22 this morning.
Oh, so sorry for your loss. How old was she?
64.
Oh my gosh, that's I'm almost 64. That's way too young. Was she sick?
Yeah. She had cancer.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry for your loss, Carl. Yeah, we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, and then, I probably shouldn't have, opened it up like that, but, just my heart's, kind of sorrowed today. So.
It's probably better to say it at the beginning of the call than at the end of the call. I would say that, But were you guys close? Did she live near you too? And were you close? Yeah. Well,
yeah, very close.
All right. Well, I'm so sorry about that.
Thanks for your condolence.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you want to play this deal?
Yes, sir.
In honor of her. All right. In honor of your sister.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. And I got you on Beat the Big Dog too. So
I know.
Yeah.
All right. So Purdy gets 13.5 yards against Mahomes, passing only.
Let's go Mahomes.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
Deebo Samuel gets 2.5 catches versus Kelsey.
That's tough. Let's go Deebo.
Samuel, highlight reel, touchdown.
You guys just don't want to hear Taylor Swift singing. Give me the score of the game.
I'm going to go just opposite of the Cape guy. Let's go 31-27 Kansas City.
All right, so that's a Kansas City and over. All right, we got you in, man. And again, sorry about your sister, and we'll keep you and your family in our thoughts.
Hey, man, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day.
All right, appreciate you. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Grizz. Not sure I'm calling a Thom Abraham show, a few hours after my sister passes. I mean, I'm glad he did, because you got to kind of do something to kind of have normalcy and so on. And so from that sense, I'm glad that we're able to offer him maybe a little bit of a respite or a little bit of an escape from that. That's a lot of dedication, but that's tough. I mean, that is tough, losing a sister like that.
Yeah, anybody in your family, it's family members are one thing. Like friends, it's like family members. It's like that's really special.
And I'd have to, I felt like I had to ask him if he was close, because there are families where they're not. To be honest with you, and it's like, yeah, my sister died. I hadn't seen her in 20 years, but he obviously was close to his sister. So thoughts with him. All right, let's keep it rolling. Jimmy is up next. Jimmy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm good. How about you guys?
I'm fantastic. You've been in before, haven't you, Jimmy?
A couple of times. I listen every day, but I don't call that much.
That's all right.
But I want to come in and be the spoiler for somebody. I'm going to wipe out the 8 points and keep somebody from winning.
All right, that could work. Or you could take the whole thing by nailing the score as well. So, or you can win just this week and pick up tickets to the AEW show and food at a place of your choice. So
I can go for that.
That's good too. All right, so Brock Purdy gets 13.5 yards against Mahomes, passing only.
Well, the only way Purdy would win that is if you account his interception yards. I think he's going to throw at least 3.
Wow.
So if you don't count those, I'm going to go with Mahomes.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
I'll just say this, Jimmy. If he has thrown 3 interceptions, chances are they're trailing, and he has to throw and throw and throw to try and stay in the game. And so if that happens and Mahomes is up big because they've intercepted 3 and they've taken 1 to the house and they've had some short fields, Mahomes may be running the ball and Purdy may be throwing it all over the lot trying to come back. Just saying.
Well, you got a point.
I'm just saying, yeah. Deebo Deebo Samuel gets 2.5 catches versus Travis Kelce.
Is Samuel healthy now? I know he was banged up, but he's back to 100%, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, as much as anybody is this time of year, but he's been playing. Yeah. He played the 2 playoff games, yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know. I think they'll probably use him more as on those little swing passes, you know.
Yeah.
But it's hard to go. I'm going to go with Kelce.
She said players going to play. All right, give me the score of the game.
31-20. It's going to be a repeat of the last time they met.
So 31-20 Chiefs. All right.
31-20 Chiefs.
All right, we got you in, Jimmy.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Grizz wanted to put that song, that Shake, Shake, Shake Me song or whatever it is, into rotation for the show, and we decided not to do it. Yeah, we decided not to do that, but she said players going to play.
That was before she met Travis.
Play.
Okay.
Haters going to hate. The next line is haters going to hate, but I don't want to play that much of it. Haters going to hate. And then shake, shake, shake.
See, she's just like fulfilling like all of her like dreams of like all of her songs and everything like that.
Maybe.
She's like the nerdy girl that gets with the jockey guy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because like Travis Kelce is that guy. Like in those stereotypical high school movies or whatever back in the day, where it's like the jockey guy. You know what I mean? And the nerdy guy or the nerdy girl trying to get with the most popular or the most beautiful person in school. That's my feel with this whole relationship.
Which is she? Is she the nerd, or is she the?
She is the nerd. She's the nerd.
Yeah.
She's the nerd that becomes like like you see
cool
in
chick.
Superstar. You know what I mean?
She's actually very, very nerdy. She's
Yeah.
nerdy
Oh, yeah.
and geeky. I
Yeah.
mean, I think she's
There's
still
nothing
nerdy.
wrong with that either, though.
Yeah, no, she's still nerdy and
Yeah.
geeky, and he's cool. So he's cool.
He's cool, but he's also jockey, and he's like that jerk jock too, though. Like he's the guy that would have canned me in high school and stuff like that.
I don't get that vibe. That he's a jerk jock. I don't get that he's a jerk jock. I think he's a jock, but I don't think he's a jerk jock. The kid that stuffs you in the locker?
I think he's one of those
I don't
guys.
think he's that guy.
I don't think he's the one that's rushing to defend you. That's for sure. He's the one that's like too cool for school, basically.
Did I tell you what A-Rod did to my son Joe during a rain delay? No. So my son Joe's 13 years old, right? And he's the bat boy. And the bat boys in spring training also like do stuff in the lockers, right? They, in the locker room. So they help out the locker room guy as well. So he's like a locker room assistant. He's 13 years old. Do whatever, right? So there's a rain delay. The Texas Rangers are playing the Minnesota Twins in Fort Myers. My son's assigned to the Rangers locker room, the Rangers clubhouse. And there's a rain delay. So A-Rod... A-Rod's a full-grown man, big, strong guy. He was already probably juicing by then. A-Rod grabs my skinny son, who's not skinny anymore. Now he's yoked, but he was 13 years old. He probably weighed 125 pounds at the time. Grabs my son, throws him in the laundry basket. You know them big laundry baskets that they wheel around?
Yeah.
All right, so no, wait. It gets better.
Yeah.
He throws him in the laundry basket. It puts him in with the dirty towels and the stuff like that in the laundry basket. And then he takes tape. And he starts taping over the top of the laundry basket. He puts like 10 strips of tape from one end to the other. He's one of the other guys is holding him down, and then he puts tape the other way. Now, once he's got it down the one way, then he puts the grid the other way. So now you've got the tape in there. It looks like a lawn chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it has the weave of the thing. So he puts the tape there over the top of it.
Sounds like hazing.
Then he opens the clubhouse door. And he pushes the cart out into the storm. Remember, it's raining and thunder and everything. I mean, it's a typical spring Florida storm. Puts him in the laundry basket, tapes the top of the laundry basket, and then pushes him out there and leaves him out there in the parking lot while it's pouring rain.
Good. Trauma. Yeah, good. Giving your kid trauma. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
That sounds like hazing, assault.
Yeah, a little bit of hazing, assault.
Child abuse.
The other thing that Joe said was that he was shocked. I mean, the kids they know what they're in for when they go into a clubhouse. And he's 30. You're supposed to be 14. I knew the GM. They looked the other way. Joe was 13, but he looked older. At 13, he was shaven, like me. And so he was 14 at the time. Yeah, not quite, but yeah. I mean, probably could have. So he said the other thing that stunned him was how potty mouth A-Rod was. That was the word he used. He told me afterwards, he goes,
potty mouth.
A-Rod is so potty mouth. I mean, every word he says is F this, F that, effing, everything is effing. I said, sometimes when you don't have a real good command of the English language, you have to resort to that kind of language, So.
Well, locker room talk throughout any sport, even when it's semi-pro, professional, whatever it is, yeah, there's definitely different types of.
I was never a big A-Rod guy.
Yeah.
Even now, my younger son, who was 9 years younger than Joe, so he was like 4 years old when this was going on. My younger son thought A-Rod hung the moon, and the one that's the baseball player, the natural, he thought that A-Rod hung the moon. And I always used to try to tell him, I'm like, come on, Tom. He cheats. He's not. Even when he was with the Yankees. Because you had to make a decision, Jeter or A-Rod. You couldn't like them both. As a Yankee fan, you had to side with Jeet, And those that didn't like Jeet, side with A-Rod. Let's get a break. When we come back, the NFL Hall of Fame class of 2024 has been announced. And one particular player in this hall really, really has a story that'll pull at your heartstrings. I'll tell you what that is next on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
One of the best-kept golf secrets in the Tennessee Valley is Cherokee Ridge. Cherokee Ridge truly offers golf at a higher level with immaculate greens set against a spectacular Appalachian backdrop. This 18-hole championship course takes every advantage of rolling hills, whispering woods, lakes, and streams. Interested in becoming a member? Their membership plans feature affordable options for couples, families, and individuals. Book your tee time today, 256-841-4551. Cherokee Ridge. Championship quality, affordable prices.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold-certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
The new favorite place for delicious Mexican food is Corralejos Mexican Grill in Huntsville. Check out their reviews on Facebook and you'll see what people are raving about. Enjoy drink specials all day Monday through Thursday, like house margaritas for $3.99 and 12-ounce drafts for $2. Even vegan-friendly entrees on Monday starting at $5. Corralejos Mexican Grill, 1658 Old Monrovia Road in Huntsville. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on their specials. You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue heading into this Friday night. We'll sit under a mostly cloudy sky. Low temperatures falling into the upper 50s for the overnight. Looking ahead into your Saturday, scattered showers and thunderstorms going to be possible throughout the entire day. High temperatures look to top out in the mid to upper 60s for the afternoon. I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The best in local sports talk from the 256. We are local.
When you're number one, you don't have to worry.
We are award-winning. Thank you for listening. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You'll be set for life.
Segment of the show brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, the service team at Woody Anderson Ford. Taking care of Fords and other makes and using genuine Ford and Motorcraft parts on all the Ford service jobs and doing the wheel alignments and the brake jobs and the oil changes and the tire rotations and the engine tune-ups, training work. They do it all. Service department and Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. It's Woody Anderson Ford. Go to WoodyAndersonFord.com to learn more. All right, the NFL Hall of Fame, or I should say the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's not the NFL Hall of Fame. There is a distinction there. But the Pro Football Hall of Fame has announced its class of 2024. Devin Hester, he becomes the first primarily punt return, kick returner. He's got 19 returns for touchdowns, leads the NFL in that category. He did have a couple of seasons where he had 50 catches as a receiver, and he played some defensive back. But primarily, he's known as a kick and punt returner. Devin Hester goes to the Hall of Fame. Andre Johnson, in his third shot at it. Andre Johnson, a wide receiver for the Houston Texans, goes to the Hall of Fame. Patrick Willis, a relatively short career. Patrick Willis in the Hall of Fame after 3 seasons, or after three attempts. Dwight Freeney makes the Hall of Fame out of Syracuse, of course, the Indianapolis Colts, and it was his second time on the ballot. And the only first ballot guy to get in was Julius Peppers out of North Carolina, the great defensive end for the Carolina Panthers predominantly. Julius Peppers goes in on his first. Now, there's 2 guys that are going in on the veterans ballot, if you will, and one is Randy Gradishar, and that is, overdue, that's for sure. And then the other is Steve Mongo McMichael. And it is, I posted the ESPN story about Mongo and what he is going through at this particular point in time. He is near death. He's on his deathbed. He has the ALS. He has been reduced. I mean, this is Mongo McMichael. You know what I mean? He went on to become a great wrestler as well and everything else, and was a tremendous part of that Bears 85 defense and so on. A big guy. The nickname Mongo, by the way, the team gave him the nickname. The guys on the defense called him Mongo because of Mongo from Blazing Saddles, the Alex Karras character in Blazing Saddles. Remember when he punches the horse and knocks the horse out? Anyway, so that's where he got the nickname Mongo. Yeah. So he's Mongo McMichael. Anyway, he is now nothing but skin and bones. Got the ALS. He's bedridden, can't speak. He had a DNR, do not resuscitate order. And over the summer, it was mentioned that it came out that he was a finalist. They've been trying to get him into the Hall of Fame before he passed. And it was mentioned that he was a finalist for the Hall of Fame. His wife looked down at him and said, I just got word that you are a finalist for the Hall of Fame. Do you want me to tear up this DNR? And he just looked at her, and she said, blink once to tear it up and blink twice if you want to keep the DNR in place. He blinked once. That's his only way of communicating. He blinked once. She tore up the DNR. He then got, a few months later, he got pneumonia. Would have never lived, they had to vent him. He would have never lived. This guy is fighting like you wouldn't believe. And he just got word. He knows that he's got into the Hall of Fame. She's making all kinds of plans to get him out of the house and get him to Akron or to Canton for the Hall of Fame induction. It would be an absolute miracle if Mongo McMichael is alive in August when that time comes. It will be a miracle. And if he does make it, and he is there, you might as well not even have the other guys in the induction ceremony. His wife would be making the speech, and it's such a sad story. Read the story. I posted it on my Twitter page at Thom Abraham Show. The link to the ESPN story is there. Read it. I was choked up reading it this morning. I was choked up, and I'm not a Bears fan. All right, our number one's in the hopper. Lee Sterling is next, right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Two-time Cy Young Award winner Corey Kluber announced his retirement on social media today, ending a 13-year Major League career. Michigan's finalizing a deal to hire ex-Giants defensive coordinator Wink Martindale as the Wolverines' new DC, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. He takes over for Jesse Minter, who left with Jim Harbaugh, and is the Chargers' defensive coordinator. Former Stanford star Benjamin Urasic told ESPN's Pete Thamel he's committed to play at Georgia for the 2024 season. He is one of the top tight ends in the NCAA transfer portal. Jets owner Woody Johnson says there'll be a role change for Coach Robert Saleh this upcoming season. He'll concentrate on offense. New York went 7-10 this past season. The offense struggled mightily. Playoff drought reached 13 seasons, and to that end, Johnson pretty much issued a playoff mandate, said this is it. They've got to produce this year.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Hello, Alabama sports fans. Did you know that it's illegal to place a sports bet on the big game in our state? Right now, you can place a legal wager in 38 states, including Tennessee, Florida, and Mississippi. But Alabama fans are missing out. Only you can help make a change. Call your legislator now and tell them you want the right to vote to allow sports betting in Alabama. Contact your legislator today by visiting sportsbettingalliance.org. Paid for by Sports Betting Alliance. sportsbettingalliance.org.
Don't let your back or neck pain get in the way. Get back to doing the things you love with the spine and neuro team from Huntsville Hospital. As the most experienced in the area, we have been improving lives in North Alabama for more than 50 years. Whether your favorite fishing hole is on Wilson Lake in the Shoals, Flint Creek, or Lake Gunnersville, Spine and Neuro is nearby to get you back to your best. Visit us online at spineandneuro.com to learn more.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue heading into this Friday night. We'll sit under a mostly cloudy sky. Low temperatures falling into the upper 50s for the overnight. Looking ahead into your Saturday, scattered showers and thunderstorms going to be possible throughout the entire day. High temperatures look to top out in the mid to upper 60s for the afternoon. I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
I want to thank you. Thank you for making us your number one choice for sports talk in North Alabama.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The opinions of Thom Abraham are not necessarily the opinions of the radio station or anybody associated with the radio station or ownership. These are strictly his own opinions, and sometimes they're not even his opinions.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
And welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Thom Abraham Show is on tap here on this Super Bowl Friday. We will get back to your Superfecta as well, and you guys can get your calls in. But if you want to prepare and you're just joining the show and you're trying to figure it out, Brock Purdy, his over-under is 247 yards passing. Mahomes is 260, so we're going with Purdy plus 13.5 yards against Mahomes. Deebo Samuel, his over-under for catches is 4.5. Kelsey is 6.5, so it's Samuel plus 2.5 versus Kelsey in catches. And then just give me the score of the game. All right, just give me the score of the game. I'm not even going to mess with the 1.5, 2 points, whatever. I don't understand why this is no worse than a pick 'em anyway. Just give me the score of the game, and you'll pick up 2 points if you get the right side winning, and you pick up 2 more points if you're on the right side of over or under 47.5. But all you got to do is give me the score of the game, all right? And we'll get you hooked up with our Grand Trifecta prize if you can hit that. And remember, everybody who is in it this week, just this week alone, you have a chance to win food and tickets to the upcoming AEW Wrestling Show, which will be down at the VBC on February the 28th. All right, joining us now, I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this because you're going to make your picks after you hear from this dude from Paramount Sports. It's Lee Sterling, and he is on a Neighbors Wealth Management hotline. I haven't talked to him in a month. Lee, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good. I'll tell you for sure, though, Sunday night about 9:30, I can have a great year, but you got to win the Super Bowl. It's that important. It's like the icing on the top of the cake.
I'm having a hard time figuring out how San Francisco is still favored.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked, and the numbers continue, and it's still sitting there.
You and me both.
Yeah.
You and me both, Tom. I'll sit there on Sunday nights, and it's a little bit tougher in college, because sometimes you'll estimate a line, and then you'll be off 2, 3, 4 points. You're like, oh, what I miss? And like, oh, the quarterback got hurt in the last series of the game, something like that. Yeah. But the NFL, if I'm more than a point off, I'm like, what am I missing? And I thought the Kansas City was going to be 1.5, 2-point favorite.
Yeah. It makes no sense. I mean, San Francisco struggled to beat Green Bay at home, struggled to beat the Lions, should have lost that game at home, while Kansas City's off beating Buffalo and Baltimore. And the numbers for Mahomes on the road or as an underdog, 9-0-1 against the spread as an underdog. 9-0-1, never lost.
Now, at one point in the season, I will say this. After Week 5 against Dallas and also after their win at Philly, that second half was incredible.
Yeah.
They were the best team in the NFL, but not now.
You're talking about San Francisco, yeah. Well,
yeah.
And what Kansas City looked like dog meat when they were losing 5 out of 7.
Yeah,
but not now. You know what I mean? And this is where this guy. He is one of the. I call him the anti-Lamar Jackson. He is one of the few quarterbacks in the history of the game that literally now he's played one full season of playoff games. He's played 17 playoff games. Mm-hmm. His numbers across the board against the best of the best, no cupcakes, are better than his regular season numbers. He's opposite Lamar Jackson.
Well, and how about this? I do believe that Andy Reid sat him down probably mid 3/4 of the way through the season. Said, "Listen, Patrick, I know you want to score. I know you want to put up big numbers, but our defense is that good. Mm-hmm. Look at this in the playoffs. In the 112 dropbacks that he's taken in the playoffs, 4 touchdown passes. That's usually he's at 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
In the 3 playoff games. 4, 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles, and he's taken a grand total of 2 sacks for minus 11 yards. Yeah. That's it. You limit turnovers and bad plays, you're going to win a lot of games.
All right, we'll hold your pick until the end as far as the game goes. But so give us some of the props that you're looking at, the legit props and some of the silly props that are out there that we're taking a look at. As well. By the way, 89 props out there that involve Taylor Swift. 89 props involving Taylor Swift.
All right, so I'm going to give you one. I'm not going to give you, is she going to be hugging, Travis Kelce's mom? Nothing like that. But I do believe, and I saw one, how many times will they show her from the start of the game through the end of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Normally, like when Peyton Manning and Eli Manning were quarterback in the Super Bowl, they would have it at like 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
How many times they'd show the other brother, and there'll always be one. I think they're going to tell the cameraman, listen, when Travis Kelce scores a touchdown, okay, flash, obviously, to Taylor Swift. Also, maybe a big catch, one-handed catch, a 3rd and 15 play. But 6 times? I don't see it happening. I think there's a directive, and I think it's going to go way under. I see 2, 3, or 4 tops there. So
is it
another
beginning
one,
at kickoff, or is it beginning? Is it for the broadcast or beginning at kickoff?
Beginning of the kickoff.
Okay, so at kickoff. Okay, so that was the over under on that is 5.5 is what I saw.
Yeah.
So you like that? You like that under? I mean,
a lot.
Now, what about? Does it extend to after the final whistle? So if the Chiefs win and they go right to a shot of her, does that count?
There maybe is one, but I haven't seen it. I'm just going to bet, under 5.5 from the start of the game to the end of the game.
I was telling somebody too. There's also a time total, and it's like 40.5 seconds on that same, and it dovetails with that. And my wife's like, "Oh, they'll show her more than 40.5 seconds." I said, "No, you know what? Think about it. Every time they do show her, it's really only like 2 seconons. It's literally 2 or 3 seconds. So they could show her 5 times, and it would be 18 seconds. You know what I mean? Something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, you're right.
Figured it out. And so also another one is obviously the national anthem. My daughter's hit it 9 years in a row.
It's crazy.
So I gave her who's singing it and the length of the time last Saturday. Usually hear back from her in an hour. 5 hours later, she calls me. She says, "Dad, there is so much stuff out there. There are 22 YouTube different tapes of her." She started singing in 1976 at Rodeo.
Reba McEntire, by the way, for those that don't know. It's Reba McEntire is this one.
She's done a couple World Series in 97 and 99.
She's done it a lot. She's done it a decent amount. Yeah.
So she thinks she's comfortable with who she is. She's not going to – she's not trying to make a name for herself.
Right.
3 of the last 5 going over 2 minutes. She says under 90.5 seconds. Yeah.
Is that what the number is, 90.5? Because I saw some in the 80s that were even lower than that. But that's
I'm seeing 90.5 almost anywhere.
Totally agree with you on that because that's what I believe. She's just going to get up there and belt it out. She's just going to do her thing. Somebody asked me why Usher at halftime, and I'm like, ever since Jay-Z has been, the music director, we always get a hip hop act at halftime, and we seem to get a country act. Remember Chris Stapleton last year? We get a country act for the national anthem, and then it's like Rihanna last year, or
can't bring back Up With People.
I'd like a little rock and roll. You know what I mean?
You remember what that was?
I remember the Up With People one. Okay. That was I remember that one. That was years ago. But I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of anyway. That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got prop-wise out there?
Okay, so let's go with some different player props. So here's a couple that I like. I like Deebo Samuel. I think they're going to run the ball, San Francisco. They don't want to take the chance they fall way behind. Over 13.5 rushing yards. He can do that in one carry. So I think he's going to get the ball 3, 4, or 5 times. Under 247 passing yards for Brock Purdy. Kansas City is not allowed not only a quarterback to throw for over 300 yards, not one quarterback has thrown for over 260 yards. Under 247. If they run the ball, if we got like a 13-10 half either way, we're sitting pretty there, I believe. And then a couple for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes' longest completion under 35.5 yards.
Okay.
I like Travis Kelce over 70.5 receiving yards. I mean, the guy's unguardable. He's going over 70 in all 3 playoff games. And I have a team prop here. Kansas City Chiefs under 5.5 penalties. They're just so disciplined. They've been here before. Outside of a couple holding penalties, I just don't see him getting penalized. The only guy that scares you is Kadarius Toney. Just don't allow him on the field for more than 2 or 3
I don't think he's playing.
I think they activated him.
Oh,
I think
did
he's
they
going to be active, from what I'm hearing.
All right, so do you first figure out the way you think the game is going to go? Because you put Purdy under the 247.5, and that's a part of one I'm going to ask you to pick ours that we're giving the guys here in a second. But so you got Purdy under 247.5. But if you think that, like we had one guy calling, he says Purdy's going to throw 2 interceptions or 3 interceptions, and they're going to be behind. Well, if they're behind, he's going to be chucking it all over the place, and the Chiefs may be running the ball. You know what I mean? And they may be taking the air out of the ball. So do you first figure out the way you see the game? Yeah, do you figure out how the game is going to go?
They're definitely going to take the air out of the ball.
Because you got to tie your props to how you think the game's going to go, right?
Right,
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
You're either
going
to be sitting pretty or you'll be living under a bridge on Monday.
Yeah. All right, so the ones that and use, by the way, a good strategy, people, on these in-game props, because that's the reason they have so many of them. Is the more you bet, the more chances are the house has of winning, because ultimately they're going to win.
The big is
so don't be
usually
stupid.
15, 20 cents on these, as opposed to the game where they're 10 cents.
Yeah, don't be dumb on these things, because you'll just still nickel and dime you to death. Okay, so what we've got is Purdy, as you said, 247.5. Mahomes is 260.5. So we made the line Purdy plus 13.5 yards against Mahomes, passing only. How would you pick that one?
I don't know. That's one I'm going to stay away from.
Okay. All right. Well, for our guys, this is for entertainment only. This is for our guys there because they want to know what the expert thinks. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what they're picking. Deebo Samuel's only 4.5 catches. Now, you like him running. You know, if they run him on that little jet sweep and they toss the ball to him forward,
right, that's
a catch. Yeah, that goes as a pass.
Yeah.
Kelsey is at 6.5.
I'd stay away from that one. I have no real feel there either.
So Deebo getting 2.5 catches over Kelsey, you don't have no feel for that. Okay, so give us the game. What do you think of
game? I'm going to go with Kansas City. Think that you got the better quarterback, got a head coach, 27-4, coming off of a bye. Better defense, ranked number 2 in the NFL. One time, like I said, San Francisco was the better team.
Mm-hmm.
And they just throttled Dallas and Philadelphia. But their pass rush right now, 26 in pressure rate. And if it comes down to kicker, they got the better kicker also. Wrong team favored. Kansas City, 27-20.
27-20. So you're you're a tick under too. You're just a hair on. That's where I am. I'm Kansas City and under as well. I'm 27. I'm 24-14 or 24-17. So I'm at 41. I'm that's another thing that's shocking me. I don't know when Vegas became bettors, but 93% of the money is on the over 47.5. How is that number not moving? I mean, it's just everybody's betting the over, and that number won't move.
Some big bets on the under.
I guess.
I got it right there. I got it 27-20, so I'm right near.
You're right there. Yeah, you're right on the money.
Here's a way to play the game. Go with a 2-team 6-point teaser. Take Kansas City, move them up to 8.5, and then if they move it down, let's say to 41.5, and play the over. All you need is a 23-20 game there.
Wow, and you can tease Kansas City up. That's a great way to play the game. That's a great way to play the game. Little 2-team teaser. All right, tell them how they can get a hold of you, because I know I understand. A little birdie tells me you've been hotter than a pistol on the basketball.
So had a great run in basketball and also hockey. We went through a 40-day period. We were like 58-14 in hockey, 58-14-1.
Wow.
So.
Well, you got a hockey guy, right? You got a hockey expert, don't you? You got some guy that really knows what he's doing.
Not James Bond, Jack Bond is his name.
Jack Bond. Yeah.
He's near you in Nashville. He's an attorney.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. If you ever see someone at a Titans game or a Predators game wearing a Paramount Sports jacket, it's Jack Bond. So
there you go.
Turned out so my daughter who's engaged, my daughter's fiance, it was his best friend in law school, and basically a savant. All he would do is sit in class and work on his different formulas for hockey and baseball. So Jack does my baseball and hockey. He's incredible.
Does he do just the sides on the hockey, or does he do totals too?
He does everything. He does first periods. He does. He does it all.
Crazy.
The only problem is when he's, I wouldn't say in love. He hasn't. I don't know if he's been in love yet, but when he's in lust for a couple of weeks, those first couple of weeks, I tell him dial it back a little. Instead of watching every game, he's probably watching 3/4 of them. So you can get either sport, basketball or hockey, $4.97 through the finals in mid-June. And also, I'm going to give away the UFC card for free this weekend. I couldn't come up with 5, 6, 7 selections, but I found 3 strong ones. Didn't feel like selling it. If you go to ParamountSports.com where it says free pick sign up, just put in your email address and we'll email you the 3 UFC fights that I've got for UFC Fight Night for Saturday on me.
27-20 Kansas City is his pick on the Super Bowl. He just gave it to you. He just gave it to you. That's amazing. You're the only handicapper of the week that just gave us a pick on the Super Bowl. So that's a good job by you. All right, appreciate you as always, Lee. We'll catch up during the tournament, during the Madness.
Good. Yeah, we sure will. See you, Ed.
All right.
See you, Tom.
Thanks. 27-20 Kansas City is where he's at. But he didn't want to pick those 2 props. Isn't that interesting, Chris? He didn't want to pick those 2 props.
Those seem fun props, too.
Gosh, there's so many fun props. There's so many cross-sport props, and I'm like, I don't want to do one. I've done them in the past. I've done them with LeBron and things like that, and I didn't want to do it. All right, so we are now wide open for you the rest of the way. So now you heard from Lee Sterling. Now it's up to you. 256-576-4977. Finish strong. This is it. Grand Trifecta 2 comes to a resounding close here this week. So you need to jump on board now. 256-576-4977. Get you in. This is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If your home needs updating or you have some projects that you just haven't gotten to, Eagle can help. They install shower doors, mirrors, shelving, blinds, bath hardware, and lots more. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
I'm here today with Dr. Tracy Lowry of Varicosity Vein Center. Now, how does someone suspect they have vein issues?
The most common symptoms associated with vein issues include leg heaviness, aching, and swelling, with some patients having visible veins as well. Vein issues can be easily diagnosed using ultrasound, with treatments performed as an outpatient using the latest minimally invasive techniques. diagnosis, and treatment is covered by most insurances. Both men and women have vein issues, though men may be more likely to ignore their symptoms when they're playing golf or walking the stadium steps. They too will benefit from correction of their vein problem. Patients can contact our clinics in Huntsville and new clinics in Madison and Coleman at 256-715-7151 or visit us at veracosityveincenter.com.
Veracity Vein Center, Alabama's premier vein center.
It's time you discovered one of Huntsville's culinary gems, Good Company Cafe, the place for breakfast, lunch, brunch, and so much more. Bottomless coffee options, boxed lunch catering, pastries, and wedding and other special event catering. And with Valentine's Day coming, Good Company Cafe can help you impress your special someone with Valentine's brunch. Or you can order a brunch board to go with a bottle of wine for a special personalized picnic. Find out more and order online at goodcompany-cafe.com or stop by and see us at 7500 South Memorial Parkway.
It's time to go fly a kite.
Let's go fly a kite.
A Ray of Hope is hosting the 12th Annual Community Kite Festival on Saturday, March 2nd from 11 to 3 at John Hunt Park. This free event brings harmony across all ethnic and social backgrounds through kite flying and family-friendly activities. You can bring your own kite or purchase one at the event. Saturday, March 2nd in John Hunt Park. Learn more at ashakaranonline.org.
Hello, Alabama sports fans. Did you know that it's illegal to place a sports bet on the big game in our state? Right now, you can place a legal wager in 38 states, including Tennessee, Florida, and Mississippi. But Alabama fans are missing out. Only you can help make a change. Call your legislator now and tell them you want the right to vote to allow sports betting in Alabama. Contact your legislator today by visiting sportsbettingalliance.org. Paid for by Sports Betting Alliance. sportsbettingalliance.org.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue heading into this Friday night. We'll sit under a mostly cloudy sky. Low temperatures falling into the upper 50s for the overnight. Looking ahead into your Saturday, scattered showers and thunderstorms going to be possible throughout the entire day. High temperatures look to top out in the mid to upper 60s for the afternoon. I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Love sports? Set a course for adventure. Come aboard. We're expecting you. Come aboard. We're expecting you. The Love Boat. Sorry. Come aboard. We're expecting you. 97.7 ESPN. The Zone.
Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Segment brought to you by Valley Equipment Rental. With 2 locations, Valley Equipment Rental will help you get your job done like a pro. And you got all day tomorrow, and you got all day on Sunday till what? Kickoff's at 5:30. So you got a chance to get a lot of work done over this weekend. And it's going to be decent weather this weekend. So rent your equipment after the show here. If you pick up your equipment after the show here, you can have it the rest of the day today, all day tomorrow, all day Sunday, and until 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday is when it's due back. You hear what I just said? Rent your equipment this afternoon. You got it today until dark. You got it, or whatever, depending on what kind of job you're doing. Maybe you're working inside a barn or something. And then you get it over the whole weekend, and then it has to be back in for the price of one day. For the price of one day. Valley Equipment Rental. All right, check them out. They're locally owned as well. Valley Equipment Rental. Love those guys. Love those guys. That promo is getting crushed on a text window. The Love Boat promo is getting absolutely crushed. Now, we are getting a lot of notoriety for the Talent Heating and Air spot for Valentine's Day.
Man.
But that, to me, that spot's genius. You see, what's happening with that spot is that people are noticing it, and if you're Talent Heating and Air, you want people to notice your spot. You know what I mean? But for promoting the station, the dude that says, what's he say? We're holding a spot for you, or we've got a place for you on
We
our...
have a place for you.
We have a place. It's something. I mean, you have found the spot. I think you found it yesterday. But it's a 15-second promo And he says 3 times in the 15-second promo that we have some sort of a place for you. And then the guy sings. I don't even know who that is that's doing it. Is that our big voice guy?
Oh, yeah, that's our big voice guy. Here we go.
Who told him to sing? Let's hear this.
Love sports? Set a course for adventure. Come aboard. We're expecting you. Come aboard. We're expecting you. The
That's not
Love Boat. Sorry. Come aboard. We're expecting you. 97.7 ESPN. The Zone.
Let me tell you something. I know that voice guy, and he did that on his own. He just threw that little singing in there thing, and then Steve decided to use it. I think that's what happened. I think that's one of those deals.
I think
where,
Steve asked him for it, actually.
To sing?
Yeah, I think
no.
and then he said once he got done with it, he said, now you suck because it's stuck in my head now. I don't think he said you suck, but he said it was stuck in his head after that.
I don't think he meant for him to sing it. Because these voice guys, sometimes they get kind of bored, when they're doing this stuff. And so they'll just start saying stuff. And some of it is really, really funny. That they'll just start doing stuff on their own. You'll send them a list of stuff. The guy that does the Westwood One, the big voice guy with the Westwood. You're listening to Westwood Watch.
Yeah, that guy.
Of March Madness. Yeah, that guy. I forget what his name is. Something Lee, I think, is what his name is. But that Westwood One guy used to do some voice work. David Lee. He did some voice work for us. I'm looking for some of it here. He did some voice work for us back in the day, and for another. It wasn't here. I'm trying to think where I was. Anyway, David Lee. I knew David Lee through Tommy Tighe. Remember Tommy Tighe? He would do like the halftime. Tommy Tighe with your sports, and he would do the halftime of the March Madness and stuff like that. He's the one that hooked me up with David Lee. And then David Lee did some legit stuff for me. And then he just...
I'm going to kick you right in the groin, Mike.
He just started saying stuff like that. That was David Lee.
I'm going to kick you right in the groin, Mike.
I'm going to kick you right in the groin, Mike. And he, anyway. I think that he wrote this Love Boat thing, and God knows why. Why were we saying come aboard the Love Boat? What about the radio station has anything to do with a Love Boat?
Maybe we appreciate your love to the radio station. We want you to be a part of this. It's like a big ship. It's like a big ship. Hopefully, it's not the Titanic. Not the Queen Mary.
Yeah, At least we're not doing At least we're not doing the Titanic.
Hopefully, it's the Alabama, retired and in the Mobile Bay.
I wonder if Steve was under some sort of influence of something or whatever at the time he was thinking of that one. I mean, it is his. I mean, as far as I know, it's not like Grace didn't do that.
No, Steve made that.
I was told that you were the one that came up with the Love Boat music for that promo.
Negative. I think he asked him to give him those sound, and then he took that sound and then took the Love Boat and did that. I think Steve actually enjoyed that and made that.
I think I was told that you were involved in this.
I had nothing to do with that spot. Now, I had everything to do with the talent spot.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. I had everything. Now, I felt greasy after the talent spot.
Spot. Yeah.
After we got done doing it, I mean, it was, yeah.
Like
quote,
someone you love.
The commercial, when I say, quote, doing it.
Yeah.
The commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, get that right. Now, let me go to the lines. Up first is my cousin Vinny. Vincenzo, welcome in. How are you?
I'm doing well, Tom. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, too.
All right. You got a line behind me. Let's go to the picks if you want.
All right, let's do it. Brock Purdy plus 13.5 yards against Mahomes, passing only.
Mahomes.
I'll go with Mahomes on that one. See, this is what happens when I start playing with my pages.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ,
has its perks.
Debo Samuel gets 2.5 against Kelsey.
Kelsey.
All right, and give me
Taylor Swift.
That's Taylor Swift singing "Shake, Shake, Shake." She sings in that. The line there is a player's gonna play, and I figure Kelsey's a player, so a player's gonna play, and then the next line is a hater's gonna hate, and then she says "Shake it, shake it, shake it" or something like that.
Well, you need to put that on a promo, Tom, like the umbrella one.
I think there should be a promo for the Tom. Now that we're doing Love Boat promos, there should be a Tom Abraham show promo, and it should be. That's me. The player's gonna play. Hater gonna hate. In the background of a Tom Abraham show promo. Give me the score of the game.
I got it written down here somewhere.
Okay.
Hang on. 41-28.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's good? Oh, okay, that's.
How about those Chiefs?
41-28. So you got a big high-scoring game.
Oh yeah, Mahomes is going to go off. Let's just sit back and appreciate greatness, like when we were watching Magic and Bird, and the Yankees in the day, and you might not like them, but let's just sit back and appreciate greatness.
What do you mean in the day? Well, I guess they did have 82 wins last year, but the day is starting on April, or what is it, March 30th, whenever opening day is this year.
When do pitchers and catchers report?
Next Tuesday or Wednesday. It's the 15th.
5 days.
All right.
Yep.
Let's get ready.
All
right, man.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
I mentioned the halftime show. It's Usher this year. Since Jay-Z and Rock Nation took over production of the halftime show, this is what we've had. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. That was 2020. Then we had, in 2021, we had The Weeknd, spelled wrong. Okay. What kind of music is The Weeknd? He's like hip-hoppy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's hip-hoppy.
Yeah.
Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, they're hip-hoppy. Okay. Then we had, this is all under Rock Nation's production, now that he's the head of music for the thing. Then we had, in 2022, we had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent. Okay, and Anderson .Paak, I think it is, or Anderson or Paak, or Anderson .Paak. Is it one person? I don't know. That's all hip-hop. Right? All of that was hip-hop. Then we had Rihanna last year. Rihanna's hip-hop. Isn't she hip-hop? She's not soul. She's hip-hop.
Yeah, it's hip-hop, yeah.
She's hip-hop. And now we got Usher this year. You know what I want to see happen, and it won't happen ever in my lifetime? You know what I would love to see happen? And if somebody had the stones to do it, and I don't know where the Super Bowl would have to be. It'd have to be somewhere in the Southeast maybe for them to do it. But you know what I would love to see? Mercy Me. Casting Crowns, Jars of Clay. Does anybody have the stones to do a halftime show based around Christian music?
Negative.
Commercial Christian music.
Negative. No Skillet. No Red.
Have you ever heard any?
Those are two metal.
You ever heard any Mercy Me?
Yeah, I've heard Mercy Me.
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
come
definitely.
on.
That's what I'm saying. I said Skillet, Red.
Unreal.
I mean, those are two like type of.
What is Skillet and Red?
Those are more like Christian rock bands.
Skillet.
You
and
never
Red?
heard of Skillet?
I probably have. I'm not good with the.
I found that when I was in like 5th grade. I was at Willowbrook, and I was going through all the little CDs. You could take one for the weekend. You could like rent them out like you're at the library.
Why not? I mean, we have all of these people that come on that have been arrested or that have been, they sing song. They have other songs that have the F-bomb all over them and the N-word all over them, and they are, we've had
just bring back Creed. That was one of the best. That was one of the best halftime performances ever. Was Creed.
We've had artists that had, that have songs about attacking the police and everything else. Why can't we have Mercy Me do a halftime show? Why not? Let's go back to the lines. Grumpy is next. Grumpy, welcome to the show. How are you?
That's my sprinklers, man. I just cut them on.
I thought that was the Michael Myers music.
No, that was me cutting my sprinklers on to get everybody off my lawn because I don't like the halftime shows.
Listen to this run we had. This is back in the early 2000s. Paul McCartney, Rolling Stones, Prince, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. How about that run? That was for 5 straight years.
Yeah, Prince was the best. I think maybe really close second was Bruno Mars.
I love Bruno Mars. He's done it twice. Yeah. He's done it twice. I don't know when did Creed do it? U2's, because of it being after 9/11, U2's halftime was the most moving halftime show ever. It was U2's. I mean, theirs was when they did "Beautiful Day" with the all the names of everybody that was killed in there. That was amazing.
Creed was at Thanksgiving. Creed was at Thanksgiving. That was the halftime for Creed.
Okay.
Well, let me say,
they would be amazing for the Super Bowl, though.
I was going to say, where the hell did you come up with Creed?
I was just saying, give me something that, because if everyone's going to go nostalgia, because I feel like they're doing that with Usher a little bit, then you could throw Creed back in there because everyone's cool with the memes and everything like that. They could do a great halftime for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, both your intro and your stinger both are, stick out in your mind, the Love Boat and the creepy talent one. So they're both doing their job. I don't mind the Love Boat one. I think it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
I don't mind it. I mean, I've been singing Love Boat ever since I heard. I've been singing Love Boat for 2 days now. Thank you.
Gosh. Worst promo I've ever heard in the history of my life.
Yeah. But, okay, man, let's do it.
Purdy gets 13.5 yards against Mahomes, passing only.
Mahomes.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
Deebo Samuel gets 2.5 receptions against Kelsey. Deebo's number is 4.5. Kelsey's number is 6.5.
Kelsey.
Played that behind one of my promos. And give me the score of the game.
Man, I think I'm going to nail the Chiefs at 34. I just got to think the Niners, if they're going to make or miss that second field goal. So I'll go with 27 for the Niners, 34 for the Chiefs.
All right, 37-24. So you're on the over and the Chiefs. Most of all y'all are really thinking this is going to be a good, close Super Bowl. I mean, there's a couple that are stretched out a little bit. Jimmy had 31-20. There's 31-27, 31-27 both ways, 27-24, 34-27. So most people thinking this is going to be a good Super Bowl.
I got one question and I'll hang up. What are you eating? What are you eating during the Super Bowl?
I am eating our traditional bean dip, that the chili dip that the Junkyard Babe will make. It will be chili, 2 cans of Hormel chili, and it's turkey chili. I got to be honest with you. I like the turkey chili. She'll make the turkey chili, and there'll be the turkey chili, and then on top of the turkey chili goes some Parmesan cheese and some mozzarella. She'll melt the mozzarella with the Parmesan, and there's one other ingredient she puts in there, and I'm not sure what it is. But that is our traditional Super Bowl dip, and everybody makes it. If I go to my sons, they'll be making it. Wherever I go, they're making that thing. So that's what that typically is what it is. There you go. What can I tell you? All right, phone lines are open. If you want to jump in, you can do it. You want to get in on these picks, 256-576-4977. You can also do it through the text window, and you could do that all the way right up until game time, basically, and get in on that because we didn't do any of those, cross-sport type promotions. We didn't do any of those at all. New NFLPA Director Lloyd Howell spoke this week at the Super Bowl, and he talked specifically about one of his main concerns. The main cause that he has dedicated the first few months, he took over the summer. The main cause for this guy that he has dedicated his time to is grass playing fields. Only 13 of the 30 NFL stadiums have grass. Remember, in Nashville, they tore up the grass and they put in a turf field. And a strong majority of the players, according to Howell, want the grass field, the good grass field, like the one that you're going to see in this game here. By the way, this is an indoor building. Now, remember, with the Titans' new stadium coming, they say they're going to have a turf field. Well, we are getting more and more technology that allows indoor stadiums to have a natural surface field. Same with Arizona. They have natural grass, and theirs is a dome. And it's a tray system. That's what it is in Los Angeles or in Las Vegas. The stadium is outside, or the field is outside during the week, and then they pull it in. And there's several soccer stadiums like that over in Europe. And in fact, there was one, I don't know if it was Tottenham or whatever those stadiums are over there, but I think it was Tottenham, where they play soccer on the natural stuff, on natural grass, because they will not play on synthetic turf. They do not play soccer on synthetic turf. They don't. And so they have a synthetic turf field for football and a natural grass field for soccer. And what happens is that the field splits in half, like an accordion almost, splits in half. The grass goes side by each to the outsides, lowers down, and then up out of the ground comes the synthetic turf field for football, for American football. It's a travesty. According to Mr. Howell, he said our survey results are unquestionable, with nearly 1,700 respondents. 92% of the 1,700 respondents prefer to play on high-quality grass. 6% are indifferent. That left 2%. 2% is all that wants to play on the synthetic stuff. Out of 1,700 players, only 2% want to play on the synthetic stuff. And according to Howell, guess who the 2% are, Grizz?
Owners?
Kickers! Oh, it's the players, 1,700 players. It's the kickers. The only ones that want the synthetic turf is the kickers. And the kickers, who cares what the kickers want to kick on? They kick on what we tell them to kick on.
They don't want to kick in divots in the ground and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
No, it's just a perfect, it's a perfect surface if it's synthetic. The story goes on to say that the union is particularly galled that 11 NFL stadiums will host the 2026 FIFA World Cup matches. Where have you heard this before? Did your host ever talk about this? Like way before they even picked the stadiums? Now the story comes out that the union is galled that 11 NFL stadiums will host the 2026 World Cup matches, which will require those venues with artificial turf to convert for grass just for the tournament. The football game is different from soccer. We appreciate that, Howell said. But the science alone says that this is possible. And so when we have engaged the league, we've actually had a very rational conversation. God, I hope it happens. Hope it happens. You get Redneck Romeo in here. Redneck Romeo, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Haven't heard from you in a minute, I think.
Oh, I've been in the transport portal.
Wait a minute. Transferring from my show? Come on now.
I've been looking at the swap market hotline that comes on the county in Blount County, Alabama.
Yeah.
They sell a bunch of chickens, pigs, and stuff like that. They was trying to get me to come over.
Yeah. No, in the end, though, you know where you need to be.
Yeah,
just because you go in the transfer portal doesn't mean you need to transfer.
No, I'm not transferring.
All right.
I'm winning food this weekend.
I hear you. And tickets to the AEW show, maybe.
Oh, I wrestled one of those guys one time at work and beat him up, so I'm not showing up for that.
Oh, okay. Well, you can give him away to somebody. Purdy gets 13.5 yards against Mahomes.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
And anybody who wins, if they don't want to go to the wrestling show, we'll give you tickets to the hockey game. Debo gets 2.5 receptions against Kelsey.
I'm going to go with Kelsey.
And give me the score of the game.
34-10, 49ers.
Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot.
Wow. That's a hell of a score. That's something that would shock everybody.
Purdy is not going to be able to escape the Kansas City defense like he did in the Lions.
Okay, wait a minute. You just said 34-10 49ers. Are you sure you don't mean 34-10 Chiefs then?
Chiefs.
Oh, okay. All right.
My bad.
Yeah. Well, Grizz, I heard that right. He said 34-10 49ers, didn't he?
Yeah,
Originally?
sorry, I was on the phone. Yeah, he did say that, though.
Transfer portals really messed me up.
Yeah. We got to switch.
No, definitely Chiefs.
All right, man. Got you in.
Have a good weekend.
You too. All right, we'll snag a break. We'll come back and get the last two in. LSU Lynch and Smokey Mike will take us home next, right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hello, Alabama sports fans. Did you know that it's illegal to place a sports bet on the big game in our state? Right now, you can place a legal wager in 38 states, including Tennessee, Florida, and Mississippi. But Alabama fans are missing out. Only you can help make a change. Call your legislator now and tell them you want the right to vote to allow sports betting in Alabama. Contact your legislator today by visiting sportsbettingalliance.org. Paid for by Sports Betting Alliance. sportsbettingalliance.org.
AL cert number 21014.
Are you looking to keep that love of your life warm on this Valentine's Day without the high costs? Make sure you give Talent Heating and Air a call today. Thomas, you guys have the options to keep the love warm.
Yeah, that's right. We have one of our steamiest deals ever at $2,000 off.
That's a Valentine's Day special worth celebrating. How do they find this?
All they have to do is go to our website or give us a call. That website's talenthvac.com or 256-503-4490.
Chocolate, roses, and a heater. All courtesy of Talent Heating and Air. One more time.
talenthvac.com.
And you can give them a call today.
256-503-4490.
Love me sexy.
Cheeseburger Bobby's has a great new way to feed the family with 2 $30 family packs. The first is the Tenders Family Meal. 20 delicious chicken tenders, fries, and a gallon of tea. The second is 4 cheeseburgers, fries, and a gallon of tea. Your choice, just $30 each. These specials are good for carryout and online orders only. Log on to cheeseburgerbobbies.com to order. And don't forget frozen custard for dessert. Cheeseburger Bobbies, 2785 Carl T. Jones Drive, Huntsville, and at cheeseburgerbobbies.com.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, "If you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself."
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey Wes, our company Fleming Roofing and Restoration specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
Well, you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey Wes, we show up.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Final segment of the show is brought to you by North Alabama Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, it's North Alabama Mortgage. Rates are coming down. Now is the time to refi because the equity in your home is at an all-time high, and you can refi once again when the rates get down to the bottom. All right, a couple of things quick, and we'll try and get these calls in as well. Bill O'Brien has left Ohio State, where he was going to be the offensive coordinator, to take the head coach job at Boston College. He was rumored to do that. He's a Boston guy, so he takes that gig. And Chip Kelly has left UCLA, where he was the head coach at UCLA, to be the offensive coordinator at Ohio State. All right, so Chip Kelly takes that gig as the offensive coordinator of Ohio State. So now the UCLA job is open, and the coaching carousel continues to go round and round. And the Chubby Ninja gives Grizz love for pulling red, heavy metal Christian stuff right there. So good job by Grizz pulling red. I haven't heard. I probably have heard him, but I don't know. All right, let me get to the calls. We start with LSU Lynch. Lynch, welcome to the show. How are you? LSU Lynch, going once, going twice. God. Ross is in Decatur. Ross, welcome to the show. How are you?
Man, doing fine, Tom. How about yourself?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I know you pressed for time, so I'll get in here and get my picks in and let somebody else hop on.
All right. Purdy gets 13.5 yards against Mahomes.
Mahomes.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
Everybody on Mahomes. Debo gets 2.5 against Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Give me the score of the game.
All right. I've dwindled back and forth, but the reason why I was saying that stuff, I'm going to go 34-27 Chiefs.
34-27 Chiefs. All right, we got you in, Ross.
Hey, no problem, man. Love the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Only one pick so far for the 49ers on the air. Everybody else is on the Chiefs. Everybody else is on the over just about. Without doing the math, just pretty much all he is are on the over except for Redneck Romeo and me. All he is are on Mahomes for just about, and pretty much everybody is on Kelsey. Porch Dog is next. Porch Dog, welcome in. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. You ready to get in?
Fantastic. I knew that.
Purdy gets 13.5 yards against Mahomes, passing only.
No, that's not Mahomes.
Who is this guy?
So you're taking Purdy. Okay. Debo Samuel gets 2.5 receptions versus Kelsey.
Debo.
Samuel, highlight reel, touchdown.
Score the game.
31-17 Niners.
There you go. There it is. 31-17 Niners. All right, we got you in. Good stuff.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Let me get my wrestling guy in here. Helped me out a lot when Jeff Jarrett was coming in studio. Smokey Mike will wrap it up for us. Smokey Mike, welcome in. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic, big dog. The Rock is back. It's a beautiful thing, and that Jarrett interview was fantastic. I mean,
yeah,
that was one of
a lot
those.
of fun.
Yeah, but I also need a disclaimer if Tyson's going to do ads like that, because that almost had me run off the road.
Yeah,
like if he pulls Jackie Moon, I mean, come on. Anyway,
yeah,
let's get to it.
Kind of weird. Purdy gets 13.5 yards against Mahomes.
Purdy.
Who is this guy?
Get a late run on Purdy. Debo gets 2.5 receptions against Kelsey.
Debo.
Samuel, highlight reel, touchdown.
Final score.
San Francisco comes back from double digits and wins 35-31.
Wow, what a game that will be. That'll be one of the best ever. It'll be like 28-3. All right, we got you in.
Really? You had to throw that in there?
It'd be like that a little bit. I mean, that was probably the greatest Super Bowl ever, wasn't it?
No,
just saying.
not at all.
No, only overtime Super Bowl ever. I think it was
rigged.
You have to say it was the best.
That's where I side with the likes of the Phillip when I say that the NFL is rigged.
Rigged.
When you see something like that,
rigged.
If it goes into double overtime, it's definitely rigged.
There you go. That one's in the books. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll have a Super Monday Overreaction Monday for you. Coming up next is the Paul Feinbaum Show. I'm Thom Abraham. For Chad Gwathney, this is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7